Hi everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Just before we start talking about Baba Black Sheep and drumroll critical race theory, I do want you to do me a favor, please, and that is to go to the links below, click on brand new tube, and make sure you subscribe to my channel over there. If you do, you will see content which I think is really quite interesting, hopefully for you, but which I can't talk about here. So go to brand YouTube, hit subscribe, and you'll get fresh content from me, which tackles, I think, some of the bigger subtopics around. That said, having said that, you might think Baba Black Sheep, or indeed Jingle Bells, is an unlikely conversation to have. But let me just, let's talk through this one because it gets real spicy and interesting. So, an academic size wants Baba Black Sheep and Jingle Bells replaced with songs of acceptance and social justice. Well, of course she does. It goes on to talk about the fact that most people don't think Jingle Bells is a racist song, but most people aren't. Kate Pollard, a lecturer in music education, determined to root out any traces of unwokeness from the classroom. So this lecturer at the University of Nevada, Reno, is first of all, she's embraced the doctrine of critical race theory. And we're going to talk about race. We're going to talk about critical race theory in a second. We're going to deconstruct critical race theory. However, in the meantime, she has recently said she's on an anti-racist journey. Here you go. And realizes that innocent-sounding children's classics that she's taught educators to use in the classroom. Could you imagine teachers being taught by this lunatic or riddled with invisible racism? And then we get to the meaty topic. Here we go. Honestly, what do you say? Amongst the tunes that are very problematical are nursery rhymes like Baba Black Sheep and Christmas carols like Jingle Bells. A song, by the way, it says here in brackets, a song that most people think references sleigh bells. Absolutely right. It completely references sleigh bells and nothing else. But Pollard thinks it references blackface minstrelsy. Really, blackface minstrelsy. Have you ever heard Jingle Bells, Jingle All the Way, and thought this was about blackface? Well, this lady has. She's also very concerned about Polly Wolly Doodle. She's not happy about that. You can see Polly Wolly Doodle is in the crossfire, and she goes on to talk about patriotic song, for example, in the States. My country, 'tis of thee. It needs to go because it's sung from the white colonizer perspective and disregards America's native history. She told Campus Reform. And then let's just move on a little bit and talk through deeper into the insanity. Doing away with these songs would leave a hole in the music curriculum, but don't worry, because she wants to see this void filled with a more appropriate repertoire that promotes acceptance and social justice. At the end of her post, she pleads, I apologize to my students. Here's the apology, to whom I taught these songs, and even more, I can do better. I will continue to do better. And then, of course, so therein lies the essence of what she's. Actually, let's find this as regards this particular lady. Let's see if we can find her. Oh yeah, here she is. Here's our Kate. This is the lady who has become enlightened and understands now the problematical nature of Jingle Bells and Baba Black Sheep. Of course, actually, it has to be said that I think going back to 2000, there have been lunatics on the left who are concerned about Baba Black Sheep. You see, it appears that the fact that there can be white sheep and black sheep causes them anxiety and stress and makes them think that it's racist. No, of course, such rhymes are just innocuous children's rhymes, as indeed, for that matter, is the likes of Jingle Bells. But to those who have been influenced by this doctrine, they're problematical. Now, critical race theory. This is what informs Kate's many problems with realities. And I just thought I would take a few minutes just to let you know what I think of critical race theory, because at heart, critical race theory is racist. Yes. So those who are using this ideology to penetrate the particularly academia, and teach kids that everything is racist, they are themselves, in my view, advocating racism. For example, let's just look at a couple of the core elements of critical race theory. Critical race theory believes racism is present, you see, in every aspect of life, every relationship, and every interaction. And therefore, because of that, if you believe in critical race theory, you look for it everywhere. Which by definition is completely off radar in terms of madness. It relies on interest convergence, meaning that white people only give black people opportunities and freedoms when it's also in their own interest. So therefore, it doesn't trust any attempt to make racism better if that attempt comes from white people. Well, I'm sorry, that's racist. Another fundamental issue with this whole critical race theory is the fact that it basically treats race issues as socially constructed groups. So, in other words, there's no individuals through the prism of critical race theory. There are only groups. But of course, society consists of individuals. Their skin color is absolutely secondary to them as a person. I'm sure, like me, you treat everybody as you find them, as an individual human being. We don't judge people in groups, but there's a name for people who judge people in groups and make assumptions about people because of their ethnic background, and that is, yep, racist. Another problem with critical race theory is it projects all potential alternatives to critical race theory. So not only is it fascistic in terms of that, but it, for example, concludes that colorblindness isn't acceptable and is actually racist. So if you say, well, like I've just said, I'm colorblind, I don't care about anyone's skin color, I judge everyone as a human being in front of me, that makes me a racist according to critical race theory. It also encourages acting on the basis that anyone who disagrees with critical race theory must do for racist and white supreme pizza reasons. Yes, white supremacy reasons. So even if those people are black. Now, that might explain this headline. Did you see that the BBC chief said that the Luther, which is the character played by Idris Elba, isn't authentic because he doesn't have any black friends? Now, the only person that could come out with this comment as staggeringly stupid as this is someone who's imbibed of critical race theory. Apparently, the problem that this, actually, I've got a story. The BBC diversity chief, Miranda Wayland, she just felt the character played by Idris Elba in the series Luther, he's not authentic because he doesn't have black friends and he doesn't eat Caribbean food. He doesn't eat jerk chicken. So how on earth can he be black, authentically black? Well, I'm sorry. Again, this is a wonderful example of the core racism that lies at the heart of critical race theory. And for that, I absolutely reject it. You should as well. We should all treat each other as we find each other. Our skin color is absolutely irrelevant to that. And we should not go around assuming that individual groups of people are racist just by virtue of their skin color. Because, to repeat, and for the benefit of Kate Pollard, to do so is racist. Anyway, that's it from me for this one. Make sure you follow me on Brand YouTube for more interesting topics. But in the meantime, let me know what you think on this one in the comment thread below. And I'll catch up with you folks soon. Bye for now.